So we're now at the 12:30 p.m. turn on the second day of the Battle of Shiloh. Starting with the Confederates, General Breckinridge is supposed to be attacking Cloud Field with the reserve division. You can see that he's in the butternut colors on the far right of the picture that I have up here. And Bowen's brigade moves to the north and enters contact with MacArthur's brigade in the woods just south of Cloud Field. So there's a fire, and MacArthur ends up suffering several losses. Then in Crescent Field, which is on the left side of the picture that I have here, General Johnston is still attempting to deal with this matter here. He's hit with more fire and stragglers on this side, and his unit remains shaken. But they do some damage to Wraith's brigade, and General McClernand has to take a casualty check, which he survives, fortunately. This fight continues in the Union part of the turn, where McClernand is facing Johnson's brigade, which goes low ammo during the defensive fire. So Wraith's brigade becomes wrecked as a result, and it becomes disorganized. They fall back, and Hare's brigade, though, fires at Johnson, and this time the rebel brigade is eliminated. Then if you take a look at Cloud Field on the other side, this would be the right side of the map, Bowen receives orders to fire against MacArthur's brigade, and both sides suffer some casualties. We now go to the 1 p.m. turn, starting with the Confederates, and since Cheatham's division has pretty much evaporated, the 1st Corps artillery that was deployed with him is redeployed. So you can see in the picture, toward the left side of the map, there's an arrow from Polk. There's right behind him is a limbered artillery that's being pulled back toward headquarters by Water Oaks Pond. On the other side, on the right side of the map, Breckinridge continues his attack against the Union at Cloud Field, and the brigades exchange volleys. This time, though, MacArthur, the Union side, suffers some losses, and I'll just say he's dangerously close to being wrecked. We go to the Union part of the 1 o'clock turn, and General Buell is at headquarters of the Army of the Ohio, and he gives in-person verbal orders to General McCook to attack the rebels' left flank from the east of Wicker Field near Bloody Pond. General Sherman attempts to get initiative again, but fails, and Lew Wallace is still sitting on his orders at Owl Creek. And even though McCook's orders were in-person verbal, he's still delaying, signifying that he's making plans on how to carry out this mission. Starting up with the action on the left part of the map near Crescent Field, General McClernand is continuing his maneuver on Polk's flank, and he starts to get some of the Confederate lines in sight, but they are out of range. And the Union units Marsh and Wraith fall back with the hope of recovering some stragglers over the next hour or so. Then on the right side of the map over at Cloud Field, Sweeney's unit advances into contact with the rebels at Wicker Field, and the defensive fire is successful, so Sweeney suffers some casualties, but his morale is intact, so he doesn't retreat. And then his men are able to fire at Bowen's brigade, and this brigade suffers 2 casualties and a straggler loss. Also, Dickey's cavalry collects some stragglers, so he can actually return to the map, and he's deployed, of course, near General Sherman. That brings the 1 o'clock turn of the second day of Shiloh to a conclusion. So I thank you for watching, and if you're interested to see what happens at 1:30, stay tuned. Have a great day.